So I've been looking for something to keep me busy over the summer and just be something I can drive because the derbies around me are not going to be happening nearly as much as they should. So I'm looking for something to keep myself busy over the summer, and I was thinking about fixing the motorcycle, which I got fixed other than the big oil spot. Don't worry, it's a Harley, it leaks. Don't worry about it, it's fine. But a buddy dropped off this dune buggy. So the story is he bought it about 8-9 years ago. He drove it for 1 or 2 years, and then he put it into storage, and he's never taken it back out. So he says if I can get it running, I can drive it all summer. So that's what I'm just about trying to do, is to get this thing running. So the first problem is all the tires are seized. But I don't think that's going to be such a big deal. I think we're going to pull off the brakes, clean them out, wire wheel them a bit, little emery cloth, get them going. Second part is the rear brakes are seized, so I'm going to be doing the same thing back there. Third part is he says it hasn't ran in close to 7 or 8 years. So I did a quick look over this last night. Your distributor cap has a big crack in it. So right there, we'll be probably getting a new distributor cap for it. Carburetor's not seized. The big issue I think with this is mostly brakes. I've been trying to play with it and I have not been able to get it into a gear yet. So maybe I might have to rip out the interior and lubricate some of the linkages for this. Another problem is the gas in this thing. The gas was not drained and it is pretty much a full tank. And to get this off is a pretty big deal, so I've just been draining it through the actual fill cap. The next issue is it's very hard for me to get inside this thing. With this roll cage, it's actually very hard for me to get inside of it. So there's quite a bit of work that we have to do to this. I'm going to be pulling all the tires off. I'm going to be draining the oil, putting new oil filter on this. This is a VW motor. I'm not even sure what size it is, if it's been tuned, if it's been ported, or anything. There's a lot of work that can be done to this. One of the most common things is putting a Porsche fan onto this. And I've been told that happens a lot, but I'm not even sure if this thing has it. It looks pretty cool. I've already asked him if I can rip this motor out and put an LS on the back, and he said, please don't. Could you imagine this thing with a 4.8 liter turbo on the back of it? But I don't know. We're just going to try to get it running within the next couple days. We're going to be pulling off all the tires. We're going to be going through basically the stuff to get it on the road. And then we'll see if I can be driving this here within the next 2 weeks or so. Might be a little different going to work in this. But this is perfect. It's got spots for me, spots for the wife, and a spot for the dog, because I don't go anywhere without my dog. Got an awesome Canadian flag as to keep me out of the sun, because if you guys don't know, I burn very easily. And I imagine it gets half decent fuel economy. It just might be cold at night. So we're going to be pulling the tires off this thing and taking a look at her. And see what 7 years or 8 years of sitting around looks like on brakes. So we'll be right back, and maybe it'll be jacked up with some tires off. So guess what, everybody? I've invested some time. I have taken the rear brakes apart, cleaned them out. I've cleaned the carburetor. I've fixed a lot of things. Pretty much everything like that. Come on. Oh, she runs. So it runs, and it runs pretty good. So what I'm going to be doing to this thing today is tearing the front brakes apart and getting it so that it kind of doesn't have brakes stuck on while I'm driving it. Some other things I have to look at is windshield wipers. I got to figure out how to do this. I don't know if I have to pull the hood or if it's all done from inside underneath the dash. that is something I'm going to have to look at and try to figure out. It's kind of hard to get underneath the dash in this thing just because the seats don't move, and to take the seats out is a nightmare. So we're going to be going through this thing here in a couple of days. First things first is the brakes, and then we're going to work on the windshield, and then we're going to work on the blinkers and all that fun things. Again, this is not really my style, but it's definitely different. And I was thinking about getting a motorcycle on the road, but that's so much issues with this one at least. And this way here, maybe I can just drive this all summer and have fun. So we're going to tear the brakes apart on this and see if we can make it drivable. So I told you guys I was going to bring a VW expert of mine that I know. Adam is my expert.
Putting the pressure on me.
That's right. This thing's going to be running tip-top today because of Adam. So what do we got to do today, Adam?
So number one thing we're going to do is we got to warm her up before we try to adjust the carburetor.
Okay.
Then once we adjust the carburetor, we're going to play with some timing, but
okay,
I do everything by feel, so it'll be interesting.
Great.
So
now, there's a gauge on my dash that says water temperature. Do you think that thing works?
I would hope not. Might be missing a rad.
Okay, so we're gonna get this thing started. We're gonna fool around with it for a bit, and I do have to warn you, Adam. These pipes right here get really hot.
Oh yes, they do. Trust me.
They burn the snot out of my arm.
And this belt, it catches your hand nicely when you're rotating the distributor.
Well, that's why it's got the guard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Better take your finger off.
So let's get going on this. Working his magic on this thing. Just took it for a test run. Everything felt pretty good. So we're just doing some final little tuning here. Sounds like a kitten. Thank you very much, Adam. I appreciate your time and I appreciate your effort. I don't know what I'm going to do with the dune buggy now. I've been waiting for about a month for Adam to have a free day to come over and help me tune it to finish up this video. A lot of you guys have been asking about it. This is an old VW Beetle turned into a dune buggy. I didn't buy it. I was given it, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. So, all you guys have been asking about the dune buggy, and here she is. So, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow.